if you win the Smart India Hackathon, you get to participate in an international hackathon. While trying for internships, it is a really plus point that you have won a national hackathon. It shows that you can perform a skill. Like if I say like that, I can perform AIML. That there's no proof. The projects on GitHub can be copied too. But if I say I have won the Smart India Hackathon, then that means that I am capable of building products with a team in a time pressure, sleep deprived mode, obviously. So that puts in a lot of emphasis on your skills, and that helped me to kind of crack the research internship which I did earlier this year at IIT Pune. Also, as I said earlier, integration is the key. No matter how good UI, UX or backend is, or your AIML models, how accurate they are, it doesn't matter. What matters is they don't see code, they see a software working and everything is integrated in it properly.
Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are back with a new video for you guys. This video is going to be about Smart India Hackathon and how you can also participate in it. What is it exactly about, and what all things you need to do to win it. So for that, we have Arinjay with us. Arinjay is someone who basically won it in 2022. So today we are going to be discussing with him like how did he do it and what all things are required to actually win this, and is there any benefit to participate in this hackathon. So do make sure that you watch it till the end. And before moving forward, take a moment to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so that you're always notified on all our upcoming videos. So let's welcome Arinjay. Thank you so much, Arinjay, for taking out time to do this with us. Can you quickly introduce yourself for our viewers?
Yes, sir. So I am Arinjay Pathak. I have recently graduated from Thapar University, Patiala, in field of computer engineering. And I have done, my main tech stack is AIML. I have done research internship with IIT Delhi Alumni, and I won the Smart India Hackathon last year back in 2022.
Okay, great. Cool, Arinjay. Thank you for your introduction. So you recently passed from you did your graduation in BTech Computer Science, right? And you're doing it from Thapar. So you got to know about this hackathon last year itself, right? So can you maybe tell us a little bit about exactly how you got to know about it? What was the reason you wanted to participate in it, and how did you go about actually making a team and then finally being a part of it?
First time I heard about SIH was back in my first year, when in 2019 when I started, but I knew at that point of time I was not skilled enough to participate. So I looked out for the best shot. That was 2022. So in 2022 I was doing some stuff on AIML. I was learning about models. So I decided to participate that year in Smart India Hackathon, because any national hackathon gives you a really good background on how good you actually are and how are your skills and how your teamwork, how you perform in teamwork. So that year we planned to participate in Smart India Hackathon. And the first challenge that comes is forming a team. You need good people in the team, because no matter how good you are, if the team is overall not good or not jamming, you won't be able to win it. So first of all, in the team, we need to look for the requirements at what is required to make a software. So AIML is kind of a novelty in most of the problem statements. So you need at least 2 backend developers, and one can perform hosting well on Amazon, AWS, or any cloud. One should be very well familiar with that. So 2 backend developers and 2 people for AIML, in which I was one of them, and 2 people for front end and UI UX.
Okay.
So this was the basic team composition.
So I just wanted to ask, थोड़ा सा आप ना हमारे viewers को ये भी बता दो, briefly, what exactly is this hackathon? Why does the government conduct it, first of all? And secondly, जो भी problem statement आपने pick करा, why did you decided to work on it, and what exactly was it? What were you trying to solve?
Government ने basically ऐसे organize किया था, because obviously the government wants to know about good engineers who can make stuff in the country. And also, if you win the Smart India Hackathon, you get to participate in international hackathons, for which you get further screening. For example, there was this India-Singapore hackathon recently, and only SIH winners are invited in that. So that is one step. And regarding problem statements, some problem statements are more rewarding than the others. That is for sure. not all problem statements are equal, and how you need to pick is based on few factors. For example, can you solve it? Like actually, like you might be feeling I will be able to do this, but is it feasible? The feasibility criteria, the popularity criteria should not be really far from reality. It should be serving a purpose. And I'll give a good example on feasibility. So I work in NLP, mainly machine learning, natural language processing. So for that, I filtered out, I read all 530 plus problems, I filtered out 80. And then while discussing with the team, we found out that we should try to ignore those problems which exclusively require work in not so popular language, or a language in which a large language model is not available, especially open source large language models which cannot be fine-tuned. For example, there were problem statements regarding Sanskrit literature and all that, but it is an exciting problem. But if you won't find enough corpus, then you are just increasing your headache. So we need to kind of let those problem statements go and come up with the best. This is the first step in choosing the problem statement. The second step is if you can integrate some other problem statement in your solution as well as a novelty. For example, we are solving this problem, but another problem is like we are adding this extra feature. If you can present another problem statement as a feature in this one, then you increase your chances by a lot.
Okay, understood. So Arinjay, you must have like participated in it with your college mates only, right? Friends आपके वहीं से होंगे. So can you like tell us like how did you exactly form a team? कि कैसे आपने decide करा कि इन लोगों के साथ ही मुझे काम करना है, and उसके बाद like what are the next steps after someone applies for it? Like how do they actually shortlist people, and then कैसे आगे next rounds में कब teams जाती है?
So first of all, regarding the team, I knew these people. I was not like really close with them, but I knew they were skilled. So it was a formal approach, and that things got really sorted out, worked out. So first was this, like I formally approached them, and some of them also approached me that we should form a team and do this. And regarding later stages, first of all, you pick up a problem statement, and the first thing that every college does is perform an internal hackathon. The college needs to send, sometimes it's 10, 15 teams, sometimes it's 35 teams, it varies from year to year. So college needs to send some teams as confirmed and some teams as waiting. So they will ask for an internal hackathon, and they will filter out what team goes ahead. So earlier my team was in waiting last year. Like they had sent 10 teams confirmed and 5 teams waiting, but then SIH asked for more teams, and then my team was sent in waiting. For college hackathon, you need to show them a prototype of what you're building. Like they will generally ask you, okay, you have this solution in mind, can you show how you implemented it? So for internal hackathon, you need to show them some software. On the contrary, when the college sends team for the SIH has asked for PPT. Like they only ask for PPT, they only ask for idea, they don't ask for code.
Okay.
And many beginners make this mistake. They send the code which is not allowed as per SIH, because then it will lead to disqualification. Because they say that you can only code it during the final when you are selected to present your idea. So the PPT goes to SIH, and then they select 4 to 5 teams per problem statement. Sometimes a problem statement is just scrapped out in case if there are way too less teams participating. For example, if you are the only one in a problem statement, then you are unlucky. The problem statement will be scrapped out. So that thing happens. Then we were again in waiting. So we were kind of disheartened, like after the PPT evaluation. But then we made it as confirmed in the finals. And we eventually went on to win. So if you are in waiting, you don't need to panic. If you are selected, then you will be able to win. You have a fair shot. We used to think that, okay, we went in waiting, that means we just scraped when others are way too strong. That wasn't the case there. So if you are waiting, there's no need to be tense.
Okay, understood. So Arinjay, like you mentioned कि पहले internal hackathon होता है जो कॉलेज अपने कॉलेज के स्टूडेंट्स के बीच कराता है, and then finally उसमें जो select होता है, then they get to participate in that, right? So can you just tell us कि मतलब फिर college जो internal hackathon कराता है उनके मतलब किस basis पे do they also select or maybe finalize people or finalize the teams, and फिर finally वहाँ तक जाते जाते like how much the whole process takes, that when you finally get your results that you are now what you have won this, पूरे process में कितना time लग जाता है?
Okay. So I know this really good because I was invited to judge the internal hackathon for this year in my college, but I couldn't because at last moment they said it can be done only offline, and I couldn't attend there. So I know the parameters that are given are if they know that this team has won a previous hackathon, you will be given a slight weightage. If you have like a good prototype ready, and by prototype they don't want to see code or something, they want to see a working software. So the things should be integrated. The basic part, even in the finals as well as in the internal hackathon, is integration. You can create efficient AI models, you can create a very attractive content, but if it's not all integrated at one place, chances are you will kind of lag behind. And if you integration is there and the PPT is concise, like SIH gives a template and asks for 4-page PPT. So all your information should be in that 4-page only. Your flow charts, the tech that you have mentioned, the solution that you have mentioned, and you are strictly obeying the template. Good PPT, previous hackathon experience, and the soft prototype that you have built, and how much clarity do you have about the idea. That these are the deciding factors. And your college usually decides in 3 steps: either yes or no, or we have to send the team in waiting.
Okay, got it. ठीक है Arinjay. So whoever like wins this Smart India Hackathon, do they also like provide with some sort of stipend, or is there some money involved in it as well?
Yes, SIH basically involves 1 lakh rupees prize money to the team, and your entire travel and thing is basically refunded by SIH as well as the college. Like SIH.
But is it happening in Delhi?
Various centers across India. The centers you will be told when the team reaches the final. For example, my team center was in Sikkim. So center varies. They are basically institutes only which are picked up as centers, and you need to travel there and give the hackathon. So apart from the centers, like you need. The center will ask for some details, and SIH will refund that prize money only, like refund the travel money, the same price that it takes for sleeper class train. But your college will most probably refund you the entire thing. That's how I received my refund.
Okay, cool, got it. ठीक है, cool Arinjay. So like you mentioned कि काफी सारे centers होते हैं इसके, right? काफी लोग participate कर रहे होते हैं, like that is how important it is for students. So you also mentioned कि आप मतलब ultimately when you submit it to the SIH, सिर्फ presentation matter करती है आपकी, right? कि आपने presentation में क्या दिखाया. So now can you just share like few insights on that? Like आपने अपनी presentation में ऐसा क्या किया था, या फिर anything that you would like to share to the people who are going to be participating in SIH 2023 and they should take care of, so that their entire presentation is something which can win this hackathon for them.
Sure. So first you need to obey the template. Like the institute will ask you to obey the template. In my case, the site gives the template, you need to obey that. No color changing, shapes or nothing. The PPT should be readable, and making PPT is challenging because you need to do that in 4 pages. Because if you make a long PPT, they are going to ignore. They have to judge thousands of PPT. So you can make some software engineering diagrams, PFDs or something, a flow chart, like how your solution is actually working. You need to show them. So you need to discuss with the team, brainstorm, and then show that okay, this is the solution. This is how it's working. So a lot of flow charts and a general solution and some technical aspect. And one thing that should be there is how your solution caters to the reality. For example, my case statement was with something like we have to make a keyword-based search for old cases so that I can type the keyword and it can search in the cases. So it was search algorithm. Now you can involve novelties. Search can happen through text, English text, Hindi text. Search can happen through voice. Search can happen through images. So
Hmm.
you can put those novelties in that, and you have to present that. You have to say that this is extra feature that we are implementing. Because basic problem statement everyone can solve. And the second thing is the PPT should be readable. Clearly, like it should be readable, not very decorative. Just keep it plain and simple, and see that if the solution is feasible. For example, in the legal statement, we came up with some solutions last time, and later we realized that some of these solutions might not be allowed by government of India. That it might be illegal for people to implement that. For example, for a lawyer to create a profile page, it might land in some kind of problems. So you need to discuss with someone in the organization, just a informal discussion that we are trying to implement this. What can we come up with extras, and what is useful to you and what isn't? Like if you are the customer, what would you want as an extra? That is one really important aspect.
Okay, got it. Okay, Arinjay. So when you participated in this, you must have also seen people working on other problem statements, right? So उससे क्या learning like निकल के आई आपको? Because you must have also seen कि काफी सारे problem statements पे लोग करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं and they are trying to solve for it. So was there any one specific team that you were very inspired with, or any problem statement that you thought कि this was something which we could have also picked, or something very interesting to work on, or something which the government can actually start working on, like any problem statement that you'd like to share?
There was no such problem statement that I found, but I found one team's work inspiring. They had basically kind of researched the entire thing, how the thing works, and how they talk to the domain. That's where we got the idea of talking to one of the domain. So in college, they kind of make sure that no two teams are in the same problem statement, because they will be competing internally, and your college doesn't want that. But if you see some other problem statements, you will see that some people are trying to be creative in making PPTs, and some people are trying to be creative in coming up with the solution. One mistake that I learned was, don't take names which are kind of costly, or like which involve a huge cost.
Okay.
Your solution should be little bit cost manageable. For example, you say we are making the solution, and it shouldn't involve like buying a extra purchase or something. That should kind of be avoided. Plus, you should make sure that the data that you are using remains with the Indian, like it is a government product, right? So they will want that our data remains with us. The data is not sent to Google or any other service. So try to use as less APIs as possible, some external APIs, because they might point out like, okay, you are sharing our data outside, we have a security threat, we feel like a security threat. That is one really important aspect that we implemented. We learned from that we implemented in our.
Understood. Cool. Arinjay, so now that you won it last year, and it's been a year for you, right? So can you just tell us like how was it when you finally got to know that your team has won the hackathon, and after that, how's your life has changed a little bit? Like you also mentioned that you got you basically get to participate in a lot of other hackathons which are happening. So how your life has changed after that, and what all things have you done with it like after that?
First of all, while trying for internships, it is a really plus point that you have won a national hackathon. It shows that you can perform a skill. Like if I say like that, I can perform AI/ML. That there's no proof. If the projects on GitHub can be copied too. But if I say I have won the Smart India Hackathon, then that means that I am capable of building products with a team in a time pressure, sleep deprived mode, obviously. So that puts in a lot of emphasis on your skill, and that helped me to kind of crack the research internship which I did earlier this year at IIT Pune. So that was one of the stuff that you need to keep in mind.
Okay, understood. I think that's a fair learning, Arinjay. One last question that I would like to ask, then we'll end it. Like you also wrote a Medium blog, right, where like you mentioned how you actually won it and what are the things that people are supposed to take care of in mind. We will definitely put the link of that blog in the description, so that whoever is like seriously preparing for it, they can go and check out. But for our viewers, if you just have to summarize this entire blog and just have to share few pieces of advice with them, what are things they need to take care of, and what is actually the key to winning, if you can share it, that would be great.
Okay, so I'll go step by step. The first step is forming a team. The team should be regarding the problem statement. If you are participating, like I participated in software edition, so I needed 2 people of AIML, 2 people who can help in backend and hosting. They should know how to host ML models also, and 2 people in front end and UI UX. And this is the first step. So this is a team composition. Now you select the problem statement that is feasible to you. That you think, okay, this problem statement is strong, is realistic, has chances of winning, and I can also implement it. Like my team is capable of implementing this problem statement. Then internal hackathon happens, and you need to show the judges there how good you are. Once you go through it, you need to make your PPTs, try consulting a few seniors if possible. And in team composition also, I have mentioned in the blog that if your team leader is a senior, like in my team, we were third year when we participated, and the hackathon got delayed a bit, so we won it in fourth year. So when we were in third year, we took a leader who had earlier won the Smart India Hackathon, and he was 1 year senior to us. So that helps. Likewise, if you are senior most, you need to maintain a good environment. That was the key point of the team. So if the team is mix of seniors and juniors, that helps actually. And once you make the PPT and you go in the hackathon, then you just need to code. One important information there will be some judges, mentors will be roaming by your side while you are running hackathon. They will give you some suggestions. For example, the color of this tab should be green, or apply filters to certain RPS. So when first checkpoint occurs and they come to evaluate you, those changes should be implemented no matter what, because that shows that you are adaptable to changes. Like any software is bad if you can't make changes. If you can make changes that like what they suggested, then that adds to a huge plus. That is a deciding factor. Also, as I said earlier, integration is the key. No matter how good UI UX or backend is, or your AI/ML models, how accurate they are, it doesn't matter. What matters is they don't see code, they see a software working and everything is integrated in it properly. That's the thing that matters the most. Whether it's a hardware hackathon or software hackathon, that is the thing that matters the most. The integration is the key, and again repeating the same thing. Don't make the noob mistake of submitting UI of the solution that you have made in the PPT. It is not allowed. SIH will disqualify you immediately. These are the things that step by step that I have elaborated in the blog.
Okay, understood. I think that's fair piece of advice, Arinjay. Mostly what I can get, what I can take out of this is like, it is mostly your team effort, right? If you are like really good at working in a team setup and you have the right people with the right skill set and you're able to give them a product at the end of it, that is like completely in a working stage, then I think you can win it. Does not matter about one specific part, but the whole thing should work perfectly fine and should be integrated well. Great. Cool, Arinjay. I think that will be all from my end. These are the questions I had in mind. Thank you so much for taking out time again to do this with us. I hope people watching this will definitely take lessons and apply it if they are applying it in the Smart India Hackathon. And yeah, thank you so much. That is it for today's video, guys. I hope you all found it extremely insightful. And if you guys are also interested in participating in Smart India Hackathon, just go to their website. The registration process is still on. You can see the complete guideline mentioned there. You can just go to it and register with an idea, form a team in your college and get started with it. And if you're also interested in learning coding, just go to our website and take the skill eligibility test. The test will definitely help you in identifying which course is best for you, be it MERN Stack or Java Stack. Both the courses have amazing instructors from top IT companies and mentors to help you throughout your journey. So do make sure that you check out the link provided in the description below and register. And if you guys are new to the channel, then don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that you're always notified on all our upcoming videos. Thank you so much, and we will see you in the next one.